What's going on, family? BF and Kruma. I want to talk about the choice between inconveniences. I remember when Trayvon Martin was executed and Mike Brown was executed, there were a lot of peaceful protests, not including any riots, not including any looting, just tons and tons of peaceful protests all around the country. And many of these protests included blocking highways. So people would just walk on the highway, 1,000 people, and just shut traffic down. And I remember tons of people, including a lot of black people, were upset at those peaceful protests, saying all y'all doing are just inconveniencing people who are trying to go to work. It's all they're focused on is the inconvenience. But we have to choose between what inconveniences that we want to deal with. As a black man growing up in Philly, in a city, I have had nothing but contentious relationships with police officers my entire life. In fact, I got shot up. I'm in ICU. The cops come in, and the first thing they say to me is, "We're going to search your car, and if we find something, you're going to jail." So this is the kind of relationship I've had with police officers. Constantly having to argue with them, constantly having to demand respect, because I don't play. You're not going to disrespect me. Constantly at friction, and at any of those moments, could have lost my life, because I just go at cops the same way I would go at anybody else. That's just who I am and how I am. But it's always an inconvenience to me to have to deal with somebody who's quote unquote in authority, a position that they're supposed to be protecting and serving, but they're always doing something to black people that they should not do. Is that not inconvenience? Is it not inconvenience for them killing black people? That's bigger than the inconvenience. But is it not inconvenient that every study shows that they pull black people over more, that they police black people more, that they arrest black people more, even and then they sentence us to longer sentences even for the same exact crime? Are those not inconveniences? Now, I totally understand that some Targets and some CVS's, Walgreens, Rite Aids, places where people get their medicine have been destroyed. I totally understand that markets where people get their food are destroyed, and many people are going to have to travel to get certain things that they need, essential items. I totally understand. But you're going to have to choose between inconveniences. See, if we sit and we do nothing and nothing happens, we have to deal with the inconvenience that could turn each one of us into a hashtag at any moment. At any moment, your name could be the hashtag. Your mother, your father, your brother, your sister, your son, your daughter, your cousin, your friend. At any moment, any of us can be the hashtag. So yes, while we might have to deal with the inconvenience of having to go to a further market or trying to figure out how we're going to get our elders some medicine, yes, we're going to have to deal with some of that inconvenience, but only one of these inconveniences has even the slightest chance of canceling out the one where we become a hashtag. Because if we sit silent, if we do nothing, if we play by their rules, if we do it the way they want us to do it, and we constantly castigate our own people for fighting however they know how, you might be the hashtag. And what kind of inconvenience will that be that your family has to plan your funeral? What kind of inconvenience, if you are a parent, will that be for the other parent of your child to have to tell them that you are dead? I never forget, probably kindergarten or first grade, my brother Mikhail, who's no longer with us, cops beat him to death with a flashlight. It's like first or second grade, something like that, man. It's just a little kid. But that was my first incident that I knew of. And look how young I am with that. The first incident of police brutality. My friend that I love dearly, father was beat to death with a flashlight. The inconvenience of, he had like 2 other siblings. The inconvenience they had to go through their entire life for not having their father. Is that not worth the inconvenience of having to drive an extra 20 minutes to get pharmacy needs or to get any other essential needs? Is the inconvenience of Trayvon's parents, of Mike Brown, of Sandra Bland? It's not even just men. What did Sandra do wrong? The whole police stop was an inconvenience. An inconvenient police stop that ended up with her losing her life. You're gonna have to choose between inconveniences. Sometimes we're put in positions where all the options are bad, where all of the options are not good, where there's no option where everything just is smooth sailing for us. Sometimes we are in position where it's either choose this inconvenience or this inconvenience. Now, we understand that with politics, oh, y'all want to vote for Joe Biden because he's the lesser of 2 evils. Well, rioting and looting is the lesser of 2 evils. Destroying things and burning stuff down is the lesser of 2 evils. If you can vote for Joe Biden because he's the lesser of 2 evils, well, we got 2 evils here. One is let the cops kill you, or the other one is burn some stuff down, hoping that that creates some kind of change. If you can vote Biden, then you can vote riot. If you can vote Biden, then you can vote looting. If you can vote Biden, then you can vote burning any and everything down. You're going to pick the lesser of 2 evils when it's a white man, but when it's a lesser of 2 evils and it concerns black folks doing something, all of a sudden we got problems. You're going to have to choose between the inconveniences. One of these inconveniences helps. I don't care if you don't believe that or not. One of these inconveniences slows things down a little bit, but the other inconvenience can cost you your life. What inconvenience are you going to choose?